What's up, guys? Welcome to Nicknames, the show that is not a show. I'm Tim Geddes. I'm joined by Nick Scarpino, and for the first time ever, Colin Moriarty.
Colin, it's great having you in this room for the first time.
Thank you. I've never been here
It's
before.
crazy.
I don't
You've
even know
never
where I
sat at this
am.
table before.
It's good. I'm very excited about this.
Welcome to the studio.
So, this episode brought to you by FanDuel, the leader in 1 week fantasy football. There's a whole bunch of discounts and stuff we're going to give you for that, but we'll get to that later. For now, this episode is sports people. Now that's why I brought Colin in. Because me and Nick both don't know these
I don't
things.
know anything about sports people.
So we needed an expert in the sports and stuff like that. And in the spirit of sports, we're going to be a team. We're going to work as a team to
Life
guess
is a team
teams.
sport.
And Colin's here, he has a notebook. He's going to take a bunch of stats because that's what there's stats in sports.
Stats are the best part of sports.
Yeah. So let's just get right into this. Let's see how we go. I have a feeling that we're going to do really well.
I think we're going to do poorly.
Okay.
Incredibly poorly. I haven't watched the sport since 1987.
So I do want to say that there's rules here.
Okay.
I picked people that were prominent in their sports in the four.
This has to go. I can't. This has to just. That's got to stay right there. That's got to stay right there. No? It's going back?
It's going right
Going
back.
right back where it was? You're like a cat.
Okay.
I take the cat off the couch, the cat just jumps back onto the couch.
So the rules are
Yeah.
4 major North American sports are only the only ones represented here. So it's football, basketball, baseball, and hockey.
What was that last one?
Hockey.
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 Okay.
H-O-C-K-E.
All right, well, we'll try.
So there's no like 10
said
players or
major.
golfers. Those are considered the 4 major sports in North America.
Okay, all right.
So NBA, NHL, MLB, and NFL.
Okay.
All right.
And there's 13 of them, and I've avoided using like really, really, really popular people. So like there's no Michael Jordan in here, there's no Wayne Gretzky or anything like that. But these are, I'm confident, 13 sports
People.
athletes.
Sports people.
These are people we ought to know.
Yeah,
Originally, I was going to call
any
them sports
that-
characters.
Sports characters. These are 13 people that any self-respecting American sports fan knows.
Now, are these real people, or are they people that play sports figures in popular movies and TV shows?
They're real people that actually play the sports.
So we're at a disadvantage.
We're at
Without
a
really-
very big disadvantage.
And so yeah, I want to say that I did a dry run with this with Greg. He got all of them but the hockey players.
Okay.
And so I
Naturally.
replaced 2 of the 3 hockey players with other people.
Okay.
Okay?
Let's get right into
All
it.
right, so here we go. Number 1.
All right. I think I know this guy.
Do you want to take a crack at it first? So I don't know who that is.
You do know who this is?
Yeah.
Okay. I think this is Scottie Pippen.
That is Scottie Pippen.
Okay,
Scottie
good.
Pippen, number 1.
Good,
Scottie
good,
Pippen.
good.
All right, so good
All
start.
right.
I'm gonna
I feel good
we're not
about
bad.
that.
I'm gonna write that
Not
down.
bad. Scottie Pippen, of course, famously played for the Chicago Bulls
With Michael Jordan.
with Michael Jordan.
Yep,
yes.
he was like his wingman.
And then
He's
was he
the
on
Colin
the team when
Moriarty
Dennis Rodman was on
of
the team?
Dennis
the
Rodman was
Bulls.
on that team for a while.
That was when they
He
were like
Pistons.
cleaning shop, right?
Well,
He had like 8 titles in a row, and then Jordan was like, "I want to go play basketball, like baseball."
yeah,
and then-
Pippen won 6 championships with the Bulls.
Damn. More than I've won.
So so very good. We're off to a good start. Scottie
Yes.
Pippen. Let's go to number 2.
All right, we're having some technical difficulties. Getting in
Kevin. There we go. Number 2.
Okay, and you said this is not Wayne Gretzky.
This is not Wayne Gretzky. This is the most popular hockey player on the planet.
Now
He's a
And-
Penguin,
he plays for the Penguins,
which
is that
is
correct?
where
Yes.
where are the Penguins
The
from?
Penguins are from
Pittsburgh. The Pittsburgh Penguins.
Pittsburgh.
Really?
Yes. He is.
Alliteration.
This
Yeah,
particular
same
player
guy.
is the most popular and well-known hockey player on the planet, and many considered he's a little bit past his prime because he has concussion issues, but during his prime was by far the best player, and some would argue during his prime the best hockey player to ever play the game.
Now, historically, hockey players have very elaborate foreign names, right? You're not getting like a Bill Smith. So I'm gonna go with this gentleman's name is actually the same as popular clothing designer Ralph Lauren.
Incorrect.
Incorrect.
Vladimir Puchkis.
Vladimir Puchkis. No, this is Sidney Crosby. Sidney Crosby.
Crosby. Any relation to Bing Crosby?
No relation to Bing Crosby,
Okay.
as I know. So neither of you guys got this right.
Have you
he
ever
sing
heard
now?
that name before?
I've heard Bing Crosby.
Okay.
You've never heard the name.
I'm
You never heard the name
dreaming.
Sidney Crosby before?
Never.
No, never.
Interesting.
Not once in my life.
Very
Granted,
proud
I'm
of
not
hockey.
an avid reader of the Hockey News magazine like you are, that weekly trade that comes out that you're featured in prominently.
Colin Moriarty was featured in a hockey magazine.
Yeah, it's
I
pretty cool.
love that.
All right,
Talking about video games.
let's go to number 3.
Okay. I'm very confident about this, but I might
for
be
it.
totally. Do you know?
I know he plays for the Colts, but I don't know who it is.
Oh,
He
wait.
went.
Shit, maybe
he
I'm
went-
wrong. I'm not confident, guys.
He went to Stanford, so
Okay.
he played around these parts.
Now, if I'm not mistaken,
And he went first overall in his draft. He was the first overall pick.
I think I know who it is. He retired after football and had a very popular survival show and his name is Bear Grylls.
It's not. No, that's not correct. In fact, this man is like 26 years old right now, so I don't think he's retired quite.
So he's not Bear Grylls,
No.
the man that just decides to go out into the wilderness and survive. Off
I can
his
see
own
how the
game.
beard might confuse you. His last name. Well, I'm not gonna give you any hints. You know what? Like,
Yeah, I mean-
it's a very simple name.
So, okay, I was convinced this is Tom Brady.
That's
That's
Tom Brady.
not Tom Brady.
I don't know how Tom Brady looks.
Tom
Brady-
doesn't look like that.
But he looks very
Colin
like
wouldn't
he's
have put
winning
Tom-
things. I know Tom Brady wins things.
Well, this guy is definitely. I mean, he looks like he just won a game. He's very
Yeah.
happy. It doesn't look like a Super Bowl based on the people who aren't on the field. So it's not Tom Brady. Also, Tom Brady does not play for the Colts. I'm just gonna throw a couple names out there, and you tell me if I'm anywhere close to it. Ryan. Philip.
No, but you're in.
Disney.
No, you're not. Disney's definitely not. But
Felix.
no.
Jimmy the Cat.
No.
And Johnny the Toucan.
Nope. None of those are.
Philly the Philadelphian.
No, Philly the Philadelphia. Not. I
Okay.
like that. I don't know
The
what that
Colts.
is.
Where do the Colts play?
Indianapolis.
Indianapolis Colts.
I-
Correct?
I don't know. I mean, I know who their quarterback is, but I have no idea who this gentleman is.
Colt was one of the three ninjas.
That's true.
Keep going
So
with
is
that.
he
You're on
Tum Tum?
here again.
It's not Tum Tum. No.
Is his name,
Rocky.
It's not Rocky. That's another one.
Is his name something crazy like
It's not crazy.
Phyllis?
His name is Andrew Luck.
Andrew Luck.
Andrew Luck?
Yeah.
You gotta give
Made
us
And he is the
Not a
quarterback
real
of the
person.
team.
He is the quarterback.
Yeah. He was drafted after Peyton Manning was injured and traded.
Oh.
All right, let's go to number 4.
Charles Barkley.
Correct.
Yeah, I know that because he's one of my favorite action figures I have.
Yeah.
And I have that
Yeah,
from
from
Space
Space
Jam.
He was in that.
He's great.
If I'm not mistaken, he wore that exact same uniform when he played basketball.
Yeah, it was amazing.
Yeah.
Now, the thing
I like
about
that you
this,
nailed that
though,
one.
is, and I've said this before, but I was really upset with how his character development was handled in the Space Jam novelization. So I hope that one day that he gets his justice.
Also, I forget who the comedian is, but someone is a hilarious Charles Barkley, and that's when you will find out. It was
Charles
on a
Barkley is
show,
very
right?
very prominent now. I think Mad TV might be working
Matt,
on something.
yeah, it was Matt TV. I think it was.
But,
I forget who the person was that played him.
But Charles Barkley is very prominent still, even though he hasn't played in many years. A commentator, very outspoken commentator.
We met him. And by met him, I meant we sat at a table next to him.
In Vegas.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was fun.
He was like 4 hours late, and they held the good table, and we got the bad table. So thanks, Charles Barkley, for being more
Charles
important than
Barkley.
we are.
Kevin, let's go to number 5.
Shit.
We got to go back to the.
Canseco.
No, you got to go back to the 90s for this. He was, at the time, considered one of the great hitters of his era.
Don
And he was-
Mattingly.
That's definitely not Don Mattingly. No. I wish I put Don Mattingly in here because that would have been.
He
awesome.
plays for the Chicago Cubs.
He played for the Chicago Cubs,
Cubs.
and he was in a heated home run race in the summer of 1998 with Mark McGuire.
Jose
Oh,
Canseco.
fuck.
It was this was a big home run race, and later I realized that they were both clearly juicing.
I remember
on
McGuire.
creatine, right?
Because McGuire won.
I just watched the
was the
documentary
other guy?
about this. I just watched a documentary called Stronger, Faster, Better about this, and they talked about. I mean, it just basically talked
That
about
was a
steroid
Daft
use.
Punk song.
No, that was a dot. Hey, you're right.
Do you guys have any guesses? Or do you want me to tell you who it is?
Give me a guess to his first name, and I'll guess his last name. Is his first name Dominican of some sort?
It's not. He is Dominican, but it is not. His first name is Sammy.
Sosa?
Yes.
There you go.
This is Sammy Sosa?
Yep.
Really?
Yeah. Really. That's really him.
It's because the smile is throwing you off. You don't often see them smile.
Usually Sammy's not.
You don't
this
see
happy.
baseball players smile. They're always like rough and tumble like fire.
Kevin, let's go to number 6.
It's not accurate.
Now, Colin jumped on that as if you should have known this. The Oakland A's. They're a
Jose
baseball.
Canseco.
Yes, I was
there you
about
go.
Oh, I met him too. He spoke in my elementary school, but he didn't look like
It
this.
threw me off because he's hella young. I haven't seen a picture of him forever.
That's a picture of him when he was before
he did bad things, right?
Yeah, he used steroids and just admitted that everyone was using steroids at the time. Oh. You want me to scoot in a little closer? I'm sorry. Is that better for you, Kevin? Okay. All right, let's go to number 7.
Redskins.
This gentleman was drafted number 2, right behind Andrew Luck.
Something Dingleberry.
Not
right?
not Dingleberry. No.
Right, there's a football player whose last name is Dingleberry.
I don't know that football player, but I'd like to think
I
that.
saw
that's
it.
No, you're
Google
thinking
image once.
Barbara Dunkelman from
No,
Rooster
no, that's
Teeth.
it. No. There was. Oh, I'm
She's been
incorrect. There's
mistaken
one guy
for a
Dingle and one guy
football player.
Barry, and they were sitting next to each other. It's a Google image. Look at
Okay,
it.
okay.
So this quarterback is known to be mobile. He's a runner. He gets hurt a lot. His career is probably not going to go anywhere, but he was very.
Who did he play for in college?
He played for Baylor in college.
I don't know why I asked that question.
I love it.
No idea why I asked that question. I have no idea. I don't know who this human being is. I've never seen him before. Now it's
Marcus.
No. I'll give you. He's known by the nickname RG3. You've heard that before, right? RG3.
RG3. So he's the third.
Ronald.
Close.
Richard.
Reginald.
No.
Reggie Bush.
Not Reggie Bush.
That's not Reggie Bush. Regional.
Not regional. No. I don't think that's a name.
Right.
Robert.
Robert.
Robert. What? The third.
Gomez the third. Guardian.
Robert Griffin the third. Robert Griffin the third.
Well, you could have given me. You got to give me a hint, like it's a mythical
animal.
creature.
Yeah.
Okay, that's
It
true.
may have been in a
That
Harry
would-
Potter film.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm new to this. I haven't done these nicknames before we did. Let's go to number 8.
This whole house called Gryffindor.
Oh, okay. This one's obvious. This is my boy Allen Iverson, and I know that because I've had many of his shoes.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with Allen Iverson. Final answer.
Oh,
It's
man.
true. That is Albert
Iverson's
Iverson.
was some of my favorites. And
still
one,
play?
all that shit.
No, he doesn't. Still, he played through like 2010 or so. Troubled, youth or whatever. There's a 30 for 30 about him actually. Really good one.
I had
Okay,
his jersey, and I enjoyed that jersey.
let's go to number 9.
All right. This is John Madden.
It's not John Madden. Looks like John Madden. That was my first thing. I was gonna say, I'm like, this is John Madden.
So this guy,
He is, wait, let me guess.
Okay.
He is the coach or the owner of the Dallas Cowboys.
he was the coach of the Cowboys probably during
Cowboys.
their best period in their history.
And
He was also the coach of the Dolphins.
Dolphins. Okay. Jimmy Smith. Shit. What is
You
it?
had the first name right.
Jimmy John's, the sandwich place. Jimmy Johnson?
Yes.
Yes.
Whoa.
All right. Thank you.
That was good.
Alliteration.
That
Very
was
good.
really
Jimmy
good.
Johnson, one of the
But
most
he's not even a team. He's
one of
just
the
a
most
dude.
well-respected coaches of all time.
He's everywhere. He's on every 30 for 30. Like,
Yeah, and he's an NFL commentator now as well.
that's right.
Well, he does like the instant.
Great hair. Look at the hairline on
Oh, he's fantastic.
I'll tell you one thing right now. If I had that hairline, super.
Let's go to number
super
10, Kevin. Now I put this guy in here.
He's
this
a
is
pitcher.
He is a pitcher. He played for a long time.
Makes
He has
video
an
games
intimate
now.
relationship with the video game industry.
Yes. So it is. He has a studio.
His studio is
Back
called
east.
38. Was called 38 Studios. He was responsible for Ameler,
One of our friends went and worked for him,
and he won the World Series a couple times.
and he was famously pitched well into his 40s, right? Wasn't he like late?
Yeah, he was
30s?
very old when he was pitching. The famous thing with him was his bloody sock. Do you remember when the bloody sock incident? It was a very famous thing that happened in baseball, where
Bloody sock?
he had like a fucked up ankle, whatever, and he kept playing, and his whole leg was like all bloody and stuff as he was playing, and he was pitching like a great game. It was a very famous moment.
No.
I'm blanking.
That's why
on
he had the
this.
red sock.
That's a coincidence.
What they call him now.
Guys, that is way funnier than it has any credit to be.
No, that was just a. It was a good joke, but he's on his name is on the tip of my tongue, and I'm not gonna be able to remember it. You're gonna have to give me a subtle yet unsubtle hint, because now I got Don Mattingly.
His
stuck
last
in my head.
name is.
And I keep thinking Mark McGuire, but it's not Mark McGuire.
I know, right? Me too. It looks like it.
I know this guy is a famous pitcher, and he pitched like.
I'll just tell you who he is.
No,
No, you don't wanna know?
You gotta give me some sort of hint. Just give me a little bit of a hint. Give me his first name.
Kurt.
Kurt Warner.
No,
Russell.
Kurt Vonnegut.
not Kurt. Definitely not Kurt Vonnegut.
Slaughterhouse 5.
No, Slaughterhouse 5 is a Kurt Vonnegut book, but that's not
Kurt Schilling.
Kurt Schilling. Correct.
Thank you.
Oh, shit.
All right, let's go to number 11.
I'm convinced that 90% of these are not real people.
That is my Uncle Paul. Now, what's funny about this is my Uncle Paul used to be so beautiful back in the 80s, and now he's super overweight. But the hair, and then the hair of the leg, if that's not my Uncle Paul, I don't know, it's the same leg.
So this
Photoshop.
player was famous for a few reasons. He played for the Jazz for a very long time. He played alongside the mailman, Karl Malone.
Okay.
And they played together for many, many years. They didn't ever win a championship, but they played together. And he was also famous for wearing really short shorts.
Why did they call him the
I love
mailman,
that.
Karl Malone?
I just thought because he
he mailed
delivered.
it in.
Delivered?
Yeah.
Oh, damn. That's even good. Better.
I
So,
that's what I always thought.
first of all, for a second I thought this was just a still taken from an early Patrick Dempsey movie. Like Can't Buy Me Love, or I think it was Pizza Boy, or Lover Boy is what it was called. But
Oh,
I'm
yeah, because if there's mailman, he's the pizza boy.
yeah, he's the Pizza Boy. Because they both deliver.
They also deliver, yeah.
But they deliver, 30 minutes or less, your money back. I don't know who this gentleman is. I wish I did, and I wish I had his socks. I'm also wondering why Kevin's wafting the door out. Did you fart?
It's really hot.
All right, thanks.
This is, do you want me to tell you who this is?
Yeah.
Since you know, John Stockton.
John
Stockton.
Stockton. I've heard that name. But if you just said, but see, I always knew him as John the Stockton.
Oh, okay. So I was.
That's what his nickname
Did he have
was
a
to me.
thing?
He just said this.
That's the one thing I knew about
Stocks.
NBA. I loved about NBA Street was like,
Oh, they're
be like Will the Still Chamberlain.
Yeah, I don't
like,
think I don't know that he had it. He was just known. He was a point guard. He's a very capable point guard, and him and Carmelo were.
Tim, what would my nickname be if I were an NBA player?
Knuckles.
Nick Knuckles? Why? Because I punch people? I would like it to be Nick. He'll eat your lunch.
Nick the Stick.
Scarpino.
Nick the Stick Scarpino.
No?
Let's go to number 12.
Nick, he's gonna steal your snack.
Shit.
That is Michael
No.
Strahan.
Is it?
Close.
It's
Strahan.
Kelly and Michael,
Yep.
right?
Michael Strahan? Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Michael Strahan, yeah. Kelly and Michael now played for the Giants for like 14 years.
I've seen him on the airplane a lot. Like he comes on the little.
Oh yeah,
screen,
dude, he's everywhere.
And
His
like you're in a
career-
taxi, he's just there.
He
chases you down.
made a very smart move in hosting that morning show because he is basically like a household name now.
He's also on Fox NFL Sunday. Final player. I put this one in number 13. Now, this player is considered arguably the pound for pound in terms of skill, maybe the best player in the NFL and maybe the best player to ever play wide receiver, depending on who you ask. His nickname is a Transformers character. Megatron is what people call him.
Okay. I'm gonna start off by saying I didn't know the Lions were a team.
They are a team, Detroit.
Detroit Lions. Okay. Megatron doesn't help me much.
That's a dope ass nickname.
It is.
I'm gonna
I mean,
go
let's
with
think about this. Blank. The Megatron. Blank.
John the Megatron Tron.
Johnson.
Is his
Well,
name John Tron?
Johnson's his last name.
No way. Look at you. You nailed that.
Johnson.
It just come to you.
Johnson. Well, I was going off the John.
There's
Frank-
a famous comic book duo.
Batman Johnson.
Robin Johnson?
Not. Don't think DC Marvel. Think
Robin
think
Johnson?
more like comedic. One of them's a boy. One of them's
Jay
an
Johnson?
animal.
Calvin Johnson?
Yes.
Nailed it.
Calvin.
I know everything there's about sports. I don't have to watch another game ever again.
That was good.
'Cause I nailed that.
You guys did pretty good. What did you think of that?
I don't know if we
Was that
did
fair?
pretty good.
I think
to
we did
be
terribly,
real.
actually.
Yeah.
I think we did terribly.
We got a couple. We got Scottie Pippen.
We did get Scottie Pippen.
So that was good.
Yeah, I'll say that. Let me pick up my notebook again. You guys nailed Scottie Pippen. You didn't get Sidney Crosby. You didn't get Andrew Luck.
We messed
You
up
got Charles
Sammy
Barkley. You didn't get Sammy Sosa, but you got Jose Canseco.
Yeah.
You didn't get Robert Griffin III. You got Allen
Now,
Iverson.
to be fair, though, I would have kept guessing Jose Canseco every single baseball player until I got to him.
It's funny that I put
Because
him
that's the
here.
only name that I know. I just watched his 30 for 30 where he was in it. Oh no, I watched that documentary about him. So, anyway.
So you got Allen Iverson.
Yes.
You got Jimmy Johnson. You got
Kind of.
Kurt Schilling, kind of. You didn't get John Stockton. That might have been the hardest one for you guys. Michael Strahan you got. And then Calvin Johnson you guessed your way into.
And Greg just nailed all of these.
Greg got all of them. Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy. I mean, there's
Who
a
were
very
the
few
two
that I
hockey
would've
players
known.
you were going to put on us?
Alex Ovechkin was one of them, who's
Wouldn't have gotten
probably
it.
the most prominent goal scorer in the league for years by far. Very, very, very popular player.
Yeah.
And then Patrick Waugh, who's considered the best goaltender of all time. And he
I would
played
have
in the
gotten
90s and
that.
early 2000s.
Wah.
Waugh. R-O-Y,
No, I
but it's
wouldn't
Waugh.
I wouldn't know that.
Well, thank you so much, Colin. This was fun. And thank you to FanDuel. It's a one-day fantasy football league. They're sponsoring this episode, making this thing happen. So here's the deal, Colin. You know these fantasy football.
I play fantasy football,
Yes,
yes.
it's a thing. So the difference with this compared to the other ones is that it's a one-day thing. There's no upfront fee or whatever, and you get real cash immediately.
Yeah, what's cool about this is there's a place for fantasy football proper, playing an entire season and having a team for a long time. But I like the reactive nature of FanDuel in terms of, you pick your team for one week, you play that day, and then the team is erased, and you can start anew. So you're not like dedicated to choices you made week 1 during week.
Yeah,
14.
exactly. So you play and it's a one-day thing, and you can play as many days as you want. So there's no like season commitment or any of that stuff. And it's cool. You can play with your friends.
Yep.
Do all that stuff. It's very social. It's one of those things. I messed around with it. I don't know sports at all, as this video can attest to.
None of us
But it's cool because I see the addictive nature of this. It's like a real life video game.
Yeah,
if you will.
it's like it's statistical. It's numeric based. It's almost like a role playing game in terms of like your strength and your charisma and all those kinds of things. Well, with football, it's how many catches and yards yards after the catch and all that kind of stuff. So it's cool. Fantasy sports is great. You should get into it. It's a good gateway into real sports.
Into real sports. So definitely check it out. You go to FanDuel.com. Check out the link in the description and use the promo code KINDOFFUNNY. FanDuel will match the amount you join with up to $200. It's a good start. Have some fun with that. That'd be great. Gentlemen, thank you so much.
Thanks, Tim.
This was fun.
It was.
If you guys want us to keep doing nicknames, leave some comments below. Let us know what topics you want. It's going to be a fun time.